Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are really jumping in headfirst into this whirlwind in the AI sector.
Yeah, whirlwind is definitely the word.
We've got, a stack of sources just packed with news, new tools, models updates, and some really critical discussions shaping AI's future.
That's right. And our mission today really is to pull out the key insights from all this information, give you a shortcut to understanding this incredibly complex and, fast-moving AI landscape.
Fast-moving is an understatement.
Right. We'll cover, everything from the big corporate power plays, the intense talent wars, groundbreaking applications changing whole industries, and, a crucial debate we really need to be having about AI's impact.
It has been quite a week.
Yeah.
Just massive shifts, some genuinely surprising breakthroughs, and frankly, some eye-opening challenges, too.
Mm-hmm.
So what's fascinating here is just how quickly the whole landscape is transforming, isn't it? Let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Okay, so maybe let's kick things off with the big players and the fierce competition that's driving so much of this.
Yeah.
We're seeing some really strategic and honestly pretty aggressive moves.
Yeah.
Especially around talent. It feels like the stakes are just incredibly high right now.
You've absolutely hit on it. The sources make it really clear there's this major AI talent war just intensifying across the whole industry.
Right.
Take Meta, for instance. They didn't just, hire someone new. They made a strategic purchase of a significant non-voting stake in Scale AI.
Scale AI. Oh.
And then appointed Scale AI's founder, Alexandr Wang, as their new chief AI officer.
Wow. So it's more than just a hire. It's like an integration.
Exactly. It signals they're serious about, owning the AI value chain, not just building on top. But here's where it gets really interesting, maybe even a bit wild.
Okay.
Meta's been actively poaching, really luring key AI experts from OpenAI, from other companies, with compensation packages reportedly hitting, a staggering $100 million.
$100 million for individuals.
Apparently. Specifically to assemble this superintelligence team, pushing multimodal AI development, AI that understands different types of data.
$100 million. That is just an eye-watering figure. It makes you wonder about the ripple effects, right? Like, what does that kind of pressure do to a company like OpenAI?
Well, it's definitely had a tangible impact. This aggressive poaching reportedly led OpenAI to actually pause work for a week.
Pause work. The whole company.
For a week, yeah. To address burnout, talent loss, sparking internal reviews of pay, employee well-being, all that stuff.
Makes sense.
They're boosting compensation and benefits, trying to keep their staff. And it's not just them. We're also seeing Mira Murati's new startup, Thinking Machines Lab, offering salaries up to $500,000 for key hires.
$500,000, even for a startup.
It just shows how even new ventures have to compete at this extraordinary level. Mm-hmm. Demand is just that high.
So it's not just the established giants fighting it out, but new players are throwing massive sums too. What about Apple? Are they feeling this heat, changing their game plan at all?
Oh, absolutely. Apple's in advanced talks, reportedly, with both OpenAI and Anthropic.
Both, okay.
Yeah, to power up Siri's conversational skills using their AI. This could be a huge shift away from Apple doing everything in-house.
That is a big shift for them.
The goal is clearly to make Siri more, contextually aware, more competitive. Though word is an upgraded Siri might be delayed. Maybe 2026 or even later.
Oof, another delay. Users won't love that.
No, and it's apparently causing some internal friction too. But it really raises this important question, doesn't it? What happens to Apple's long-standing focus on privacy if they start integrating external AI models?
Right. Even if it's on their quote-unquote private cloud, it's a fundamental tension.
It really is a fascinating dilemma between getting the best tech and sticking to core values.
Yeah, huge pivot potentially for Apple, which, like you said, always prided itself on internal innovation and that ironclad privacy stance. Meanwhile, Microsoft's obviously a huge player here too.
Yeah.
Are they in this talent bidding war or taking a different route?
Microsoft's approach seems distinct. They're mandating that their employees use AI tools like Copilot.
Mandating.
Yes, even tying usage to performance reviews.
Oh. Okay.
The aim is clearly boosting productivity, but it's definitely triggered concerns, job security, fairness, that kind of thing.
I can imagine.
And sticking with the big picture, on the hardware side, it's interesting. OpenAI explored using Google's TPUs, those are their tensor processing units, specialized AI chips, often seen as more cost-effective.
Right.
But they seem to have stuck with NVIDIA GPUs, the graphics chips, and AMD for now, while also developing their own custom AI processor.
Their own chip?
Yeah, slated for maybe late 2025. It just highlights this fierce, fierce competition in AI hardware, especially when you hear predictions like the cost of AI inference actually running the AI models could hit something like $1.1 trillion by 2028.
1.1 trillion, that's
Yeah.
astronomical. No wonder they're looking at hardware costs and custom chips.
Exactly. The cost is becoming a massive factor.
And it seems our reliance on these systems is just growing and growing. Thinking about that recent ChatGPT news,
Yeah.
it really showed how deeply integrated this tech is becoming.
We certainly saw that. That major worldwide outage of ChatGPT wasn't just, an inconvenience.
Well,
It was a really stark reminder of how deeply embedded generative AI is getting in our daily lives, our work. For a lot of people, workflows just stopped.
yeah, I heard from quite a few people who were affected.
Right. It really highlighted our growing dependency and, raised questions about redundancy, reliability in the whole AI infrastructure.
Okay, so while the corporate giants are duking it out for talent, hardware, market share,
Yeah.
what's happening, like, under the hood technologically?
Yeah.
It feels like every single day there's some new breakthrough.
It really does. And these advancements aren't just, academic exercises. They're directly reshaping how we interact with information, how we automate tasks, take language models, LLMs. We're seeing some really remarkable leaps. Dream PRM from CMU, Carnegie Mellon.
Okay.
It hit the top spot on the MathVista leaderboard. That's for multimodal reasoning, understanding, and connecting info from text and images to solve complex math problems.
That's impressive. So vision and language working together.
Exactly. And maybe even more surprising, some French researchers developed a relatively speaking smaller model, 14 billion parameters.
Okay, relatively small these days.
Right. And it actually outperformed much larger rivals on the French national bac exam.
Really?
Yeah. It just shows that, smaller, really well-tuned models can definitely punch above their weight. Bigger isn't always better.
That is a huge insight. So it's not just about scale, it's about quality and tuning. Are these advancements, like, across the board, or there's still significant hurdles?
Oh, there are definitely still challenges. The Marble benchmark, for example, really highlighted persistent difficulties.
Okay.
It showed that even the top multimodal LLMs still kind of struggle with complex reasoning, planning tasks. They're not perfect problem solvers yet.
I see. Still work to do there?
And, on the platform side, the closure of Hugging Chat was interesting. It served over 1 million users.
Wow, yeah.
Its closure just underscores how dynamic, maybe even volatile, this whole open language model platform space is. Things change fast.
So we're seeing these incredible leaps in capability, but also some consolidation or shifts in how models are accessed. What are the tools being launched? The ecosystem around these models sounds like it's maturing really quickly.
It really is. A whole bunch of innovative AI tools got launched or updated recently, basically making AI more accessible, more practical for developers. Well, Hugging Face introduced an Inference Providers API. Basically makes it way easier for developers to plug open source models into their existing systems.
Okay. Lowering the barrier.
Exactly. And they're hosting over 5,000 MLX models. Now that's Apple's open source machine learning framework.
Got it.
Then there's Inspect, an open source AI evaluation tool. It's gaining traction, shaping industry standards, apparently trusted by big names like Anthropic and DeepMind.
Evaluation is crucial.
Totally. Arcade collaborated with LangChain for secure serverless AI integrations, simplifying deployment. LlamaCloud released an open source MCP server to help connect private data securely to agentic applications.
Agentic meaning AI that can act on its own.
Right. AI agents that can perform tasks. Perplexity showed off a tool for managing bills on older websites, and Gradio promised a big speed boost soon, which is great for developers and creators using it.
These sound like really vital tools for anyone actually building with AI. And what about the fundamentals like AI memory? That feels like a critical piece for unlocking more powerful applications.
It absolutely is a huge area. We're seeing top tech investors, people like Google AI's Jeff Dean, Hugging Face's CEO, backing advancements in AI memory.
Okay.
The idea is it could supercharge algorithm efficiency, really redefine AI capabilities. There's even a new startup focused just on curing AI's memory problem.
Curing its memory problem. What does that mean exactly?
Well, allowing AI to maintain context, remember information over much, much longer interactions. Think about conversations that last days or weeks, or analyzing huge documents. Better memory could be a total game changer.
Okay, that makes sense. Big potential there. All right, let's zoom out a bit from the tech specs. How is all this innovation actually playing out in the real world, changing industries, changing our daily lives? I mean, what does this all mean for us?
Yeah, this is where it gets really tangible, doesn't it? How these AI advancements translate into actual benefits, new experiences across different sectors, and the sources have some pretty compelling examples.
Ram on us.
Okay, healthcare first. Microsoft is claiming its AI diagnostic system hit an 85.5% accuracy rate on complex medical cases.
85%. How does that compare?
Well, according to them, it outperformed human physicians by a significant margin, like 4 times better.
4 times. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
It is. And another tool, BrainMets AI, can apparently spot tiny pinhead-sized brain tumors.
Pinhead sized.
Yeah, with 97.4% sensitivity, promising much earlier detection, better outcomes for cancer patients.
Those are genuinely life-changing potentials. Detecting tumors that small,
Mm-hmm.
maybe before symptoms even appear, and outperforming human diagnosis. Wow. Any other medical breakthroughs?
Yeah, scientists at Northwestern Medicine unveiled an AI tool that actually monitors lung tumors in real time while a patient breathes.
Real-time monitoring during breathing.
Yeah, the idea is to dramatically improve accuracy during cancer treatment, like radiation therapy.
Makes sense. Target the moving tumor precisely.
Exactly. And beyond just diagnostics and treatment, think about ongoing management. The global market for diabetes management apps. It's projected to surge up to nearly $10 billion by 2033.
10 billion.
Yeah, largely fueled by AI for glucose tracking, personalized care recommendations, that kind of thing. So it's diagnosis, treatment, and long-term management.
So AI is really touching the whole spectrum of healthcare. What about education? That's another area where, personalized approaches could make a massive difference.
It certainly could. Google, for instance, launched over 30 free AI tools specifically for educators.
30 free tools.
Yeah, new capabilities in Gemini for education, for Chromebooks, Google Workspace for education, tools for personalized lesson planning, AI tutors, secure analytics. The promise is a more engaging, more inclusive learning experience.
AI tutors, personalized plans. It sounds powerful.
It does. And LangChain, we mentioned them earlier, their course on building AI agents now has a specific module just on evaluation methods, so helping developers build better educational tools, perhaps.
But there are caveats, right?
Definitely. It's crucial to remember, especially thinking globally, that successful AI adoption in education, say in regions like Africa, really hinges on tackling infrastructure challenges first. Otherwise, you just widen the digital divide.
That's such a critical point.
Right.
Access isn't equal. Okay, and what about the business world? Beyond healthcare and education, how are these tools reshaping how we work? Productivity, customer service?
Oh, big changes there. The agentic AI market, again, AI that acts autonomously, is booming.
Yeah.
Tools from AWS, Google, Salesforce, they're poised to automate something like 80% of customer service tasks by 2029.
80% by 2029.
That's the projection, heralding a big shift towards, autonomous, low-effort interactions for customers. And Salesforce's CEO, Mark Benioff, revealed that within their own company, AI is already handling up to 50% of employee tasks.
50% inside Salesforce.
Yeah, foreshadowing potentially huge shifts in global labor dynamics.
Okay.
And on a related note, we saw Grammarly acquire the email startup Superhuman.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Interesting move.
Right. Expanding beyond just grammar correction into a broader AI productivity platform, aiming for that seamless work experience.
Automation at that scale, 50%, 80%, it absolutely reshapes workplaces. Raises so many questions about the future of white-collar work. How's AI changing how we consume content? Search for information online.
Profoundly transforming user interaction there, too. YouTube's rolling out AI-driven guided search, insights for creators, automated summaries, making content more discoverable, digestible.
Automated summaries on YouTube, okay.
Yeah, to a broader U.S. audience now. Google's latest Doodle launch even included an AI mode, using generative AI for smarter summaries, deeper answers right from the search page.
AI in the Google Doodle. Interesting.
And, maybe most meta, demonstrating just how sophisticated AI content generation is getting. Multimodal agents, built with things like Gemini 2.5 and LangGraph, can now automate creating both detailed written reports and podcasts.
Wait. You're telling me AI can make podcasts now? Like researching and scripting them?
Apparently so. Pulling from diverse web sources to create both text reports and audio podcasts.
That is both deeply impressive and, yeah, a little bit meta for us right now.
Yeah. Just a bit.
Any other kind of broader applications that caught your eye from the sources?
Absolutely. The Kbot debuted. It's an open source, affordable humanoid robot.
affordable humanoid.
Oh, yeah. Designed specifically to enable individuals, people at home, to experiment with robotics. Runway ML, known for AI video tools, entered the gaming sector. And even sports, the English Premier League signed a 5-year deal with Microsoft.
The Premier League, what for?
To use AI for fan engagement, insights, stats, personalized content, that sort of thing. It's really reaching into every corner.
Wow. Okay. So with all this incredible progress, this transformation, it's absolutely crucial. And we look at the flip side, too. The challenges, the concerns, the really big questions these advancements are forcing us to confront.
Exactly. That's the other absolutely critical side of the coin.
What are the most pressing issues right now?
Well, it highlights this essential need for critical thinking, for proactive measures as AI gets woven deeper into society. Take biosecurity and AI misuse, for example.
Okay, that sounds serious.
It is. Experts are cautioning that powerful AI could significantly boost the risk of human-caused pandemics, maybe up to 5-fold.
5 times the risk. How?
Because these systems could become capable of actually helping someone design or create bioweapons.
That's terrifying.
It's a major concern. OpenAI is responding, convening an international summit on AI and biosecurity, putting safeguards in their models, calling for global frameworks to prevent this kind of misuse.
So the same tech that could help cure diseases might also help create them in the wrong hands, a true dual-use problem.
Precisely. And it's not just hypothetical future threats. We're already seeing misuse.
Like what? What's happening now?
Cybercriminals are weaponizing AI right now. Generative AI lets hackers create incredibly convincing phishing websites in under 30 seconds.
30 seconds, wow.
Yeah. North Korean hackers are reportedly using tools like ChatGPT to automate cryptocurrency theft. Government agencies are facing sophisticated AI-driven fraud attempts. It's this accelerating cat-and-mouse game between security and offense.
It really sounds like the pace of threats is just picking up dramatically. What about concerns around the data itself? Access to data, transparency, who owns it?
Yeah, those are huge concerns too. We're seeing worries emerge about data access because more websites are blocking Common Crawl.
Common Crawl, that's the big public web data set AI models train on, right?
Exactly. It's crucial for public AI training resources. If sites block it, it threatens the sustainability of open research. Experts also caution that as these powerful proprietary models, the closed ones from big companies, outpace the open source alternatives, transparency suffers. Research progress could slow down if fewer people can see how things work.
Right, the black box problem gets worse.
Precisely. And related to that, there was news that OpenAI confirmed they retained some deleted ChatGPT sessions.
Wait, the deleted sessions are kept. Why?
Due to a federal court order in a copyright dispute. But it's definitely sparked debate about user privacy, about the need for much clearer rules on AI data governance. What does deleted really mean?
Yeah, that retention issue really throws a spotlight on the complexities of data ownership, privacy, legal obligations. It's murky territory.
Very murky.
Okay. And how are these AI advancements impacting the balance between human capabilities and AI capabilities? And crucially, what does it mean for jobs?
Well, new research from Stanford indicated that current AI models still kind of lag behind human experts when it comes to generating truly novel scientific ideas.
Okay, so humans still leading creativity there.
For now, though the research suggests improvements in AI reasoning could close that gap eventually. But on the flip side, think back to those automation figures we mentioned.
The 50% at Salesforce, 80% in customer service.
Exactly. That level of automation by agentic AI tools, it clearly raises significant unavoidable debates about white-collar job security. It foreshadows major shifts in global labor. It's not abstract anymore.
Those are staggering figures. Really brings home the potential for job displacement, or at least massive job transformation. And finally, what about just the sheer economic and infrastructure challenges behind all this AI development?
Yeah, the cost factor is enormous. That predicted $1.1 trillion cost for AI inference by 2028.
Right.
That's driving companies like OpenAI to explore cheaper solutions like Google's TPUs or build their own chips. Cost is a huge driver of strategy. And as we touched on with education, successfully adopting AI, especially in regions like Africa or other parts of the developing world, absolutely depends on tackling basic infrastructure challenges, internet access, computing power.
Otherwise, the gap just widens.
Exactly. It's a critical point about ensuring equitable access, making sure these powerful tools don't just benefit the already privileged.
Well, that was a truly deep dive into the AI landscape this week. Just incredible. From the intense talent battles and those amazing medical applications to the very real, quite sobering concerns about biosecurity, data privacy. It's just so clear AI isn't some far-off future concept. It is here, now, and evolving at breakneck speed.
It really is. And what's so compelling, I think, is how completely intertwined the technological leaps are with all the ethical and societal implications. You can't separate them.
No, you really can't.
Which I suppose raises a really important question for you, listener, to maybe chew on. Given AI's rapid advancements, its clear dual-use potential, how do we as a society actually balance these unparalleled benefits? I mean, medical breakthroughs, personalized learning, incredible productivity gains. How do we balance that with the escalating risks? Misuse, job displacement, challenges to data access, transparency.
And ensuring fair access.
And ensuring equitable access globally, exactly. How do we navigate all of that at the same time?
That is a powerful set of thoughts
Right.
for all of us to consider as we navigate this AI-driven world we're entering. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.